bit mad today still as well, so grateful that you came down, man.
As well. That's the bad thing about it.
I'm no good with a cold, man. I'm no good with a cold.
Eat your garlics, that's what I say. Masterpiece, do you know about that?
Bro, just
Right, garlics, yeah, they're really good for fighting colds and flus.
Yeah.
And if you munch
This
them,
woman.
munch like a 5, yeah. Like, it's alright for me because I don't have a man, don't have a girl, so like, no one will talk to me, it's fine. But I'll be better the same day. Same night, I'll be fine.
That's the flex.
I
So if you're
don't
feeling ill,
believe it.
eat your garlics,
Like,
yeah? And let me know how you feel, trust me. By text, let me know by text, not in person, because it will smell.
Listen, bro, first things first, Masterpiece as a person, as an artist,
Yeah.
where did it start for you? What made you take that jump into music?
Oh, do you know what it was? I always like growing up, it was kind of a thing where I wanted to be someone in life, and like I always had a lot of energy and a lot of like charisma and shit, but it was like I had ADHD in it, so it was like something to kind of channel my energy via, and it was like obviously one of my teachers in my primary school, they always used to be like, Peace, I want you to be like someone big in life, I want to see you on TV one day, innit? And it was kind of like a thing where I was like, I'm gonna kind of do something like that. So yeah, I just started making music and stuff like that, but it wasn't serious. It was like, I was in school, wasn't really taking it seriously as like that. Didn't really want to be in school, so I was just like, let me kind of pick up something to kind of do. And yeah, I just started kind of making music, but it was only till recently I was like, look, let's take this seriously and actually strive and push. So yeah.
I hear that.
Where did the name Masterpiece come from?
You know what, it's mad, my real name is actually Peace.
Oh,
wow.
swear.
Still.
I love
That's
that.
cold.
We've got Peace Storm.
Literally, so my real name's actually Peace. Don't know why my mum named me that, but
That's cold. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's
I can't
just
believe this
it's
is
just a
so-
very
You knew what
left
time it
field,
was. You knew what time it was.
very left field name, but
That's a
she's just like,
beautiful
yeah,
name.
Peace. And then obviously I was chilling with DJ Argue, big up DJ Argue, that's family all the time. We were sitting in a room, yeah, it was me, DJ Argue and my brother, and we're sitting in a room, and Argue was like, I like the name Peace, but you need something that's gonna sell, like Peace. I hear it, like, yeah, cool, Peace. Like, you want to keep it original, but it's like, you know what? You should actually change it to Masterpiece. And I was looking at him, I was like, Argue, like, you're moving crazy, like, Masterpiece, that's bare cringy. He's like, no,
No, it's
trust
a
me,
strong
that
name.
is gonna.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because everything you do has to be a masterpiece. You see how you come up on a set and you're like, you're just in man's face, like it's on, like. So it's like, that's a masterpiece. You know what I mean? It's iconic. It's like, and I didn't really get it, but then. I imagine I went to some Rinse FM party, like it was some Shy Effects, like Rinse FM thing, and someone came up to me and they're like, Masterpiece, and after that I was like, you know what, this got a ring to it, like, this might work, so I was like, yeah, keep it as that, and just roll with that.
So what was like your journey into grime? Like, where was the discovery of grime for you? Like, was it something that was always sort of around in your house, or?
Do you know what it is? I grew up listening to people like Bruiser, and
Wow.
that's why I was mad when I saw Bruiser like in the flesh. I was like, Jesus Christ, like this guy, I actually know you from Channel U days. New Brand Flex, like Saskia
Oh, I
and
miss
them and
them,
there. Mr. Wong, like, bruv,
Wow,
man.
Mr. Wong,
Bro.
you know, what happened to him?
Mr. Wong is the man.
He's
I
still
can't lie.
alive.
Yeah.
Mr. Wong,
He's still floating about. He's not doing that. Like, he's floating about. You see socials, bruv. You see, bruv.
Wow.
Man,
might
I'm
have to
like
follow.
following him up right
You
now.
see Mr. Wong, he was like one of those guys, yeah, you just looked up to be like him, like back in the day, people like him, people like Titch, they were very like, I like Dizzy, like there was a lot of grime MCs that I proper digged, like back in the day, like I proper, I was like, I wanted to be, and do you know what it is? The first kind of grime really, like it wasn't even do you know what, it's so mad, it didn't even start off as a grime tune, but then it turned into a grime tune when Boy Better Know jumped on a remix. It was Stay by Jay Sean. The
yeah,
remix
yeah.
of Stay. And I was like, that's what really kind of like, because if you listen to that remix, if you know about that remix, you'll know, like, Boy Better Know from Chipmunk, when Chipmunk was in Boy Better Know, like, from them and there, like, doing a mad thing, like, even Jam was like, you need to start acting colder, because giving me the cold shoulder, like, all the flows, everything was mad, like. So I was like, around that time, I was like, yeah, definitely, like, proper lacking the grime stuff. But you know what was? I never wanted to do the grime stuff. Like, that wasn't my main thing. I
Because
didn't
you have a
wanna-
bit of a soft spot for the 80s sort of
stuff,
music.
yeah, like, but like, it was like, the grime stuff was always in the house, it was always like, in the area, I lived in South, so everybody was just on grime, like, sending like Noddy rhythm and all of these rhythms to each other, so it was like, that was always this thing that I couldn't really get away from, but it was like, growing up in the society that I was in, when I was seeing the grime stuff happening and all of that, and then I didn't really know about the new gen. I started listening to grime, back into grime, like end of 2016, 17. And I didn't know about like the novelists and all of that. I didn't know, like only when someone said grime, I was just thinking Skepta, like Boy Better Know, Roll Deep, all of them, and like that's what I thought grime was. But I'm seeing all the new gens, so I'm thinking, right, I could actually do something like this, because it's like I have high energy, but it's like I can kind of switch up and pave my own thing with it, and it kind of worked. It worked in my favor.
Very much
weirdly,
so. Very much so.
Weirdly, didn't think it would, but it did, because me and my bedrooms, like Squints and Rans, we just mobbed every set. We went to every set, uninvited, just doing things, doing it. Where it's like you couldn't block it. As much as it's like, bro, who are these guys and why are they doing this? But it's like, we just didn't care.
Trust me.
And, yeah, man.
One thing that I wanted to... Sorry. Go on,
I was going to say,
Mr.
because...
Blueberry in the cut.
No, because I was going to say, because a lot of your influences, like you were saying there, kind of make sense, because they were very like standout, like individual MCs, like Bruiser, Mr. Wong, when you were saying earlier, and all of that.
Yes,
so they never as much as they were grime, they always kind of had that
their own thing,
their own kind of thing.
There's a tune from Bruiser, it's called Not Tonight, and I tell you, that tune, he's talking about a girl, like girls just not like leaving him alone, and like then he preaching to the man, and so he's like, no, not tonight, I'm on a bite, or we might, like, I'm like, yo, like, this is, back then as a kid, I'm thinking, a rapper is talking like that, like he's on EastEnders. It's like, this is a different flex. So people like that stood out, that was really left field, but they stood out. It was like, there's a lot of MCs back in the day, and you're like, yeah, he's alright, cool, wicked. But it was like the ones that were doing something that you've never seen before, like Mr. Wong, like even in New Brand Flex, the Bear Man. It's like the thing that was saying, like even Saskala, like Saskala, like now I'm thinking like, show me the way to the chopper, like the things that I done. I'm taking influence from back in the day when they were doing all of those mad chants and all of them, and I was like, bruv, that's what grime was to me. So everybody, I heard all the lyricism and that, but it was like, back then, it was kind of like sing-alongs. Do you know what I mean? It was a sing-along thing.
So when you see that to me makes sense, like with the Saskilla bar and then the chopper bars and things like that. And then when you kind of hit the forefront for me, I think it was the Rude Kid thing where you done the chopper bar and that, and then everyone was like, right, like, is this guy trolling? Is he what? Is it that? Like, how? Like, because you always seem to just keep your head and just keep on and moving and record and bust sets down and mash it down. So, did you feel any pressure when people were like, oh, is he trolling? What's this? Like, how do you handle that pressure? Like, as a kind of new gen MC?
Because not everyone can handle that.
Do you know what it is? Something's always said to me, like, is as an artist, growing as an artist, it's like you have to believe in your thing, but there's no point. And do you know what it is? I look at it like this, like Mike Skinner, when he first started rapping, number one, he's a white guy. Number two, the way he was rapping was different. It's like, I'm giving your bird them feelings, all of that. Everybody thinking, bro,
left field poetry.
Is he taking the piss? Like, I know, I can guarantee you, man, them was trying to shut it down. People say, no, this is dead. I don't want to hear this. It's like, bring me Skepta, or I don't want to hear it. Or bring me Jamie, or I don't want to hear it. It's like, nobody wanted to understand and take in Mike Skinner. But now we throw it back now, a couple years now, Mike Skinner's a veteran in this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you watch, like, for example, Kidulthood, I was watching it the other day, and I was listening to the soundtrack, and I was like, bruv,
He's all over
man
that.
don't actually understand what this guy done for the game. Like, man actually look at it and they're like, oh yeah, like, oh, Kidulthood, yeah, all of that, like,
It's
all the
iconic
slang
now,
and that.
like-
Bruv, man don't actually understand what Mike Skinner and the streets done for the game back then. And it's like, I've always wanted to do something like that. Like, I just didn't want to be an artist that existed. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of MCs that just exist. It's like, I wanted to be an MC where it's like, everybody, even if you don't like it, you know who I am. You could go down the road and say, do you know Master Peace? Yes, I do. That guy that says, show me the way to chopper, whether it's dead or not, he's doing something that he wants to do. And that's what it's always been my thing. It's like, try a thing. If it doesn't work out, you just keep it going, because it's like, bruv, if people like this to say, if Sex Pistols, Sid Vicious and Johnny Rotten, if they didn't try doing punk, would we have punk acts today? Do you know what I mean? If you didn't have people like the Beatles writing their own songs. Before the Beatles, people didn't write their own songs. Do you know what I mean? It was only the Beatles that started writing their own songs that made people start wanting songwriting. It's like, you gotta try a thing. Like, it obviously is not gonna be amazing at the start, But if you try a thing and it works, bro, you'll be gone.
Got to take a
Like,
risk.
look at Wiley. Look
Yeah,
at Wiley.
yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
well, I bet you anyone, the Heartless crew, also solid thinking, bro, who's this guy trying to take our thing and flip it to make it grime? What's grime like?
Yeah.
Bun grime.
What
like,
do you call it?
Do you know what I mean? What do you call it? Like, what's this grime thing? But now look, everybody's saying, what's garage? Grime, fam, is a grime thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
you have to try a thing for things to work out. Do you know what I mean? You got to try it. So it's like, yeah, I've always believed in being yourself.
Because I think for me, the one standout moment, I was speaking to Wallace about it earlier. Like, the standout moment for me when I first clocked onto you was the lift freestyle.
Yeah.
That for me was, I had to, obviously, don't get me wrong, when I first heard it, I was like, whoa,
Whoa, like, this
hang on a
left field.
minute.
No, but see.
But then after you take it in after a while,
got it.
that's what I mean. I didn't understand it at first, but after taking it in a few times, and then obviously watching you perform at Strawberries and Cream and just seeing everyone go like wiling out, I was like, okay, this,
sense,
yeah. Now I get it now.
Yeah.
With that freestyle, obviously it was over. Take on
Take
me.
on me, come on.
What made you think I want to spit on that?
You know what it is, yeah. Again, it's a thing of being yourself and trying something different. Because I knew on Tim and Barry, everyone was gonna come with the same trap beats or the same grind beats or the same drill beats. I knew that. But I was like, is anyone gonna come with an AHA beat? Nah.
Nah.
No. I know no.
That's
one's
what
gonna
I
come
mean.
with
I get it
They're
now.
taking
bro.
risks.
Are you mad? Bro,
Literally.
it's
Because you know
sick.
why, yeah? Because and you know why it pulled it off, and that's why I got it, because you're so high energy, and you're so, like you say, you believe in yourself, like your own source.
Words,
You get me?
literally.
So it's like,
Whatever.
why wouldn't it work?
Why wouldn't it? Do you
Why
know what I
wouldn't
mean?
it work?
Because like the way I came on the thing, like I could have came and said 24/7, 365. I was spinning MC for the longest, and I don't get tired. Or I could be like 24/7, like it's more conviction. It's like 365. I'll be spinning MC for the longest, and I don't get tired. And, like people are probably like, bro, who this guy think he is? Do you know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I wanted to come on. So man can be like, oh my god, like he's actually
Oh
sending.
my god, it's not even the lift freestyle
Yeah.
as well. I got these MCs,
You know,
bro.
Man are not. Man are not.
Listen.
That's how you, yeah. Like, even the beat I was gonna use for that, but Spiral's like, it has to be a grime thing, bruv. The beat I had for that,
Oh,
oh my god.
Can you give us the exclusive?
Bruv, it was
like-
gonna be the Smiths, Charming Man.
oh, I rate that
Literally, it was
so
gonna be the
much.
Smiths Char-
That's
Bruv, I
a
had it all
banger.
planned. I was telling with Argue, me and Argue went through it, and I was like, yo, this is the beat.
Yeah.
We got there, things like, oh no, I've got a bit of grime thing. I was like, oh,
Okay.
bro.
I'm gonna just put it out there now. If we can get that instrumental,
Yes.
would you do it on
Fully.
here? To the,
Yes.
God.
Tanked Up
My
Tuesdays.
Come on, anything can happen, bro.
Fully.
Anything can happen.
All right, so from that to like every time I've seen you,
Yeah.
like, or every time you've backed up, you've either been, like I was saying before, you've either been in studio or across the road in the studio, might
Yeah.
pop in and see what's going on over here.
Yeah.
You do, you know, you're doing what you're doing, and then you have these high energy shows, and we still are yet to have your masterpiece.
Exactly.
So where is this music, and why is it taking so long in the bluntest way
Do you
possible?
know what it is? It's like I went through everything to find my sound. So I went through rejection, everyone saying, nah, I don't like this, to like kind of changing it up from going to songs like Buck Me, to songs like Please Don't Touch Me, to songs like with like features with other people, with grime features, with rap features. I've tried everything, and it was like, cool. I've always kind of done the music thing and always done like the singing thing and that, and it's like I wanted to try and implement that with the trap stuff. So like I've always done trap stuff, like the underground scene and like all the trap underground rappers. So it's kind of like I wanted to infuse that with like the indie vibe. Because like growing up, I listened to like, Phil Collins and like things like that, like Phil Collins, Sex Pistols, The Smiths, The Cure, like things like that. That was what I grew up on. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really listen to like rap and that until recent. Like my parents, because they didn't want me around all that guns and shooting man and all of that. They didn't want me to hear that. They wanted to hear pure realness, like Oasis, Blur. That was what I was listening to. Do you know what I mean? Bastille, things like that. Like that's what I was listening to. So it's kind of like my music. I had to take influence from when I was young to now that I have my own mind. I can pick whatever music I want to make and kind of merge it together. That's why like I have a project coming out end of March, and it's like, bruv, it's serious, isn't it? It's serious. It's
So
very serious.
obviously being I would consider one of the most independently just on job artists out there in a minute. Say that there's a little masterpiece sitting in his bedroom right now.
Yeah.
What would you say to him
Yeah.
in terms of how he wants to get to your position now?
Believe in your thing, like believe in the source, believe in it. Because people won't like it at the start, like no one will like it at the start, I promise you. When I started spraying, this is how I know everybody's mind just changes and lefts and it changed. Like, do you know what it is? Because like, look at it like this, yeah. I was rapping the way I was rapping on sets. Everybody, on that one day, everyone was saying, like there was a day in December, like of 2017, and everyone was like, masterpiece of shit. Nobody invited him to grime sets, he's dead, better than everybody. Like, bro, I was getting grilled from big artists to small artists to like all these grime MCs, like everybody was sending for me, innit? And I was sitting there and I was like, bro, this is mad. Like, I didn't think I would cook up a stir like this over me being myself. Do you know what I mean? My brother was like, bro, don't change. Like, don't change for anyone. Like, cool, they're just saying what they're saying. But at the end of the day, stay being you. Don't change just to suit what they're on, innit? Bro, imagine I was feeling down and everything. Like, he was like, bro, like, and this was the Friday, bro. 2 hours later, Jamie tweets me.
Mad.
Do you know what I mean? And then everybody changed their opinion. And this is what I mean, it's like, I was ready to throw in the towel because I was like, oh my God, everyone's just getting on to me. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all I'm trying to do is just be original and be myself. And it's like, if you want me to be like all these other MCs that just sound like
everyone else.
There's already one Wiley, there's already one Skepta, there's already one this guy, there's already one that. Like, I don't want to sound like the next Wiley. Do you know what I mean? I want to sound like Masterpiece. So it's like, nobody understood that, but it was like, when Jamie tweeted it, everyone was like, oh shit, that's mad. Like, how did Jamie fucks with him, but everyone's sending for him? Like, it doesn't make sense. But everyone changed their opinion. Everyone was like, yo, he's next to Boss. But it was like, I didn't even want that type of love because it was like, you guys only changed your opinion because you saw someone else change it. Like, do you know what I mean? Someone else say that they're feeling it, and that's what is so weird about the game is like, any young artist or any young MC out there is like, be yourself. At the end of the day, it's like, you can only go far being you. You can't go far being someone else. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like...
So you went from no one sort of really wanted to hear your music to going on tour with Baka.
Yeah, like...
What was like the highs... He talked to us about the highs and lows of touring with Baka.
See Bakar, yeah, that guy like is... Bro, I got love for that guy in like every way. Like, because he's older, he's in like this kind of Skepta circle and like the 616, like all Milk and Belly and that kind of circle there, and like the ASAP circle as well, so like ASAP Rocky and that. So like he has so much knowledge. So do you know what it is? It was like for him, for my music, number one, to get to him was like, rah, how did that happen? And number two was like the way he took me in, and he was like, bro, you are so different. Like, you went from grime to what you do now, and it's so amazing. And I felt a bit heavy, and he's like, he just riffed for me. He was like, yo, bro, you're coming on tour with me, you're really hard. And I was just like, everything that's come up to now, is like, I needed it to happen. And it's to prove, like, when you're yourself, no one can, do you know what I mean? Like, no one can stop what you're trying to do. Like, for example, people like Skepta because he has so much clarity when he raps. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so much clarity, you hear what he's saying. It's like, that's why he stands out. Do you know what I mean? Wiley, his lyricism is off this planet. Do you know what I mean? That's why people liked Wiley for who he was. And like, you have to be yourself, or there's no point. Like, there's no point. Like, that's why when I see a lot of artists, they're like, oh, nah. Like, I remember, especially when I was doing grime, it was like, oh, you remind me of Temper T. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to remind you of Temper T. I want to remind you of Peace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want you to be like, yo, that's Peace's thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Not, yeah, he's like, that's why when everyone's like, oh, yeah, he sounds like this, he sounds like that, or like to other artists, it's like, bro, that's not a good thing. I personally think. I think it's like, being yourself is so, you know what I mean?
It's interesting you mentioned before that, like, because I was going to mention it when JME tweeted you and kind of gave you the cosign, everyone kind of flipped the other way. And how do you battle the kind of stubbornness, if you will, of like, I was me anyway, embracing now everyone being like with you as opposed to against you because someone else has tweeted, and you go from that, and then also going on to like it now enemies ones to watch, top hundreds to watch.
Do you know what it is? It's like, I always see everything is a love-based thing first before hating it. It's all the love thing, innit? Like, there's people that were getting onto me that I'm cool with now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's mad. It's like I needed them to do that. It's like it's a love-based thing. It's love. Love always comes first before anything else, innit? Because it's like when you're putting love out, you get love back in it. So me, I wasn't putting any hate out. I wasn't putting like the people that were sending for me. They were saying some proper hurtful things, and it's like I didn't reply to one thing. I didn't reply. Like I will
Do you
always.
see it as more of a,
you know-
sorry, do you see it as more of like a understanding as opposed
Yeah.
to a like, I don't like him.
Do you know what I
And
mean?
it's like, it's more like, right, actually, so maybe that JME tweet gave people the kind of patience or time to
to
review it,
understand it.
understand it, and be like, oh, actually, let me just take in what he's doing first before I just
Literally,
take it on
before you
face
judge,
value.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even my brother, when I first showed him my music, like before he even knew I rapped, he was like, bro, I don't really get it, peace. Like if you're really gonna go about this, like you gotta do this properly. Like
Is this
in a way.
older or younger?
Older brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, he didn't really get it, and you know, I didn't blame him. It's because what I was doing, I know the risk.
Yeah.
It could go really well, really sick, and thank God it did. It could go really bad, where a man are like, nah.
But
keep
with
it.
self-belief, it's
Do you know what I
probably
mean?
going to go the good way.
Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
will go a good way, like with self-belief and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I hear that. Right, well, we will get back into this conversation because this is sick. Like, this is actually sick. But we got to go to a little ad break. So keep it where you got it. It's myself, Kale the Kid, DJ Olo, Stormy J. We got a man like Masterpiece in the building and so much more to come. So keep it where you got it. This is Westside. What I find really interesting is your sort of journey from grime into what you're doing now, which...
I call it rockstar rap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like-
rap, like is the journey. It was always gonna get to this journey. I knew once I'd done what I needed to do in grime, I was gonna kind of find a new sound and find a new kind of, but I didn't know what it was. Do you know what I mean? It took me a bit of time to kind of have a think and kind of move with it. It just kind of happened naturally, but it was like grime, bruv. You know what? And sometimes I do say like F grime and all of that, but do you know what it is? Like I used to do that, like joke about and that, but to be honest, grime has really helped me get to where I needed to get to. I
Yeah.
needed to do these things to get to where I wanted to get to. So big up to the people that supported me in grime, especially people like DJ Argue, because bro, people don't actually understand. People like Argue really set the tone for like the younger generation and really set that like the underground and people that are not known. So people like Argue, big up every single time. Like someone that proper like was all part of the journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, even when people are trying to tell him Masterpiece needs to change, like his music, like Peace, like why is he doing this type of stuff on grime? He was like, nah, bruv, let him be him. Like, and
That's what makes you
know what I mean?
you. So you seem like
Exactly.
pretty sure of yourself, which is great. So where do you think, what are your music goals for 2020? The year of clear vision, as everyone's calling it.
Oh, there's a lot.
That's what Olos told me it is.
I was gonna say, you trying to take us
No, I knew. Do you know what? Yeah, Olos, man like Olos. He told me 2020, the year of clear vision. So where do you see yourself then?
I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely want to be more known than I am now, because I'm known a lot. Like a lot of people mess with me, like, and I rate
Yeah.
that. But it's like I want to be more known, like worldwide, like international and stuff. Because like I said, like I'm not trying to exist. Like and
No.
there's better artists that just exist.
You're gonna leave your mark.
Okay, I'm gonna leave a mark. Like, you know when you talk about Bowie, like, and you're like, bro, David Bowie, you'll never find another person like that. I want to be on that kind of Richter scale. I'm not gonna take a very long time, but I want to have like.
You seem really patient though,
household name. Yeah, man.
which is good. You're not just rushing. We were speaking about that earlier. You're not just rushing to get content out. You really want sort
I
of
need it to be right.
long-lasting content.
Because I just feel like it would be a shame if I dropped music and it wasn't right. And I knew in myself that it wasn't right. And other people will probably be like, this is bad, but they want to be nice and be like, yeah, this was like, it was alright. Do you know what I mean? I want man to be like, yo, this is mad. Like when you first heard like Nirvana, Nevermind, you're like, you're blown away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to have that effect, not that, oh yeah, Masterpiece has just dropped a project and we're just gonna, do you know what I mean? So
I'm gonna ask another question that quite interests me as well. Do you find, because you do modelling as well, do you find that the modelling part influences you as well, as in like you being so open-minded, as like being able
Word.
to have that clear vision and not really, do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
artistic side, I feel, because obviously modelling's quite artistic, and
Modelling,
I've seen
yeah.
some of your shoots, they're like, you get me, they're way out of my artistic range.
literally the modelling stuff, do you know what it is? It helped me to realise like that I can still come out of character role, I can still come out of role and try different stuff. Because you know what it is, the modelling stuff, when I first heard it and they were like, oh raw, you might have to take it for the do-rag and that. I was like, raw. I was like, yo, that's my drip, like,
Yeah.
that's what I do, innit, like, my no masterpiece says, like, it's like, the secret is like, what is under the do-rag, like, what's the flex, and it's like, my manager, I must have said to him, Felix, I was like, yo, bro, like, I'm not sure about this fashion week thing, they want me to take off my do-rag and that. He was like, bro.
That's you, that's your style.
He was like, he said to me, he's like, fam, at the end of the day, you need to show people that there's other sides, like, there's not just a gas masterpiece where people see like a calmer side and see a side where it's like, he's willing to do other things as well and try other stuff, do you know what I mean? And it's like, when I done a shoot, and like the magazines and like Vogue and stuff like that, people are like, oh my god, that's peace. Do you know what I mean? It's like, people didn't even know it was me until I said it was me. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yo, this is me, like, that I do the modelling stuff. But I've always done the modelling stuff from when I was a kid, like, I've always kind of like growing up and done the modelling stuff, but it wasn't a thing where I was taking it seriously. Like, I was like, I want to be a musician, not a model, but it was like, it's helped. Me doing the modelling stuff is because like even the models that actually do full-time modelling that are part of the big agencies and that, I show them my music and they're sharing it about, they're telling their mates, their mates telling their other mate, and it's getting around, like my music is just flying to different spots.
That's what I mean. I think it can kind of make you more worldly. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's a bit of a bait thing to say, but like, you know, because of the traveling, because of the different circles that you get in, and then like you say, you show your music to those people, and they're more accepting with the independent stuff. And
it's good networking as well, like.
And some of them are like, they're in like, they've done some mad shoots. Like some of them have walked like the Louis Vuitton like walk and that, like they've done some mad things and that. I'll show them my music, they're like, bruv, you're sick, like, and I'm gassed because I'm like, bruv, you're big in this modelling thing, like, so I'm just like, yo, like,
keep sharing it with them.
You know
It's
what I
great
mean?
networking.
We just keep it going, yeah.
So, I've just looked up at the laptop that Ollis has got. We've got that instrumental.
Let's go.
Yes.
But before I just want to ask, because I find it a very interesting relationship. Your relationship with Track Out Records and Ami Boys.
Family.
Can we expect like a little conjoined...
Let's just say word on the streets project, Ami Boys masterpiece.
Oh, swear down.
And not many people know about my new member of Ami Boys.
Oh, wow, exclusive.
Oh, that's cold.
Can you remember?
Can we have a little
That's very,
sound
very
effects?
cold. Whoa, what is going on? Why have these not gone and...
Patience is elected.
There we go.
So I'm a new member of Ami Boys. That was kind of pending for a while.
That's
but it was
dope.
kind of like I was doing my own thing, but it was like Ami Boys have always had me. So like people like Cosmo Pike is gone. He's blown, like, do you know what I mean? He's never like looking back to his old ways, but it's like now he's gone and he proper always riding for me, always supporting me. People like Niggs always supporting me. P from Lee. Again, always supporting me, so I was just like, yo, we should just kind of get together and do this thing, and they've just always considered me as AB, like, we'll go and do a show, and I'll do Buck Me with Niggs, because Niggs is Ami Boys, and all of them like, oh, it's Masterpiece AB, it's Masterpiece AB,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
just like, you know what?
Might as well.
I'm very much looking forward to this,
Bruv,
you know.
word and I think that's the last rap stuff people gonna hear from me. Yes,
Yeah?
that last like rap.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so that's gonna be the last rap stuff, and then we get this project in March,
and then that's serious.
and then we get some more sick live shows. Because I have to say, I've always said from before, and then like you see it at Strawberries
You love
and Cream
crowd
and
surfing,
everything.
don't you?
I love the crowd
The
surfing.
like to
energy,
crowd
the
surf?
energy is off the chain.
Bruv,
Yeah.
I try and take it back to like the 80s punk era and all
It is.
of that.
It's
like,
very reminiscent
you
of
know
that.
what I mean? Like all of that, like people are pushing like barricades and all of that. I want to bring that kind of like back, because I feel like everybody's just lost in trying to be like the American and all the Supreme and all that rubbish, and I hear that, but it's like,
You want that raw energy.
you know, I want
like,
that raw, like, come in your flipping Sports Direct tracksuit, let's have a good time, do you know what I mean? Like, I want to bring that type of flex back, I feel like music has lost meaning these days, because everybody
It's
just
more of
cares
an
about,
image.
do you know what I mean? Everybody cares about,
Yeah, it's
like,
like-
do you know what it is? It's so fucked, because it was like, being relatable is like, there's a lot of big artists out there, and they rap about like buying £500 worth D-square jeans and all of that stuff, and it's like, I can't relate to that, because I can't buy that. What I can relate to is going to Sports Direct to go and buy a tracksuit, and going to McDonald's and getting a $1.99 burger and chips. I make music for those people. Do you know what I mean? I don't make music for the people that want to look flashy and that, because that's not me. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I want to bring back the relatable music where people can be like, yes, I'm happy to be me. I'm happy to be John, Jack, Bill, whoever it is. And be like, yo, I can be me, and I don't need to worry about, I don't have the latest Valentino, the latest whatever. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this one earth. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're all together as like people, and it's like it's not competition. It's a love-based thing. All the
I think
time.
that's a really good message.
Man is really the Che Guevara of UK music
Bruv,
right
no,
now.
it's levels, like, because I feel like music has just lost its meaning. All I hear on like the radio is all like, yeah, Valentino stepping, or like, yeah, I hopped in a German. Wait, number one, you're like 16, like number two, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no meaning, there's nobody, like, I can't relate to it. Because I will never buy a pair of £500, even if I'm rich and I'm gone. I promise you, you'll probably see me in a tracksuit, same tracksuit that I'm wearing now. Do you know what I mean? I got this tracksuit knockoff. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to stunt. I'm doing it for the people that have had a hard life. Because I've been there. Do you know what I mean? I've been there where I've come home and there's no food there. Like, man's been, like, I've seen it. I've had friends that've seen it, and I've been through all of that hard life and that hardship. Who am I to rub it in people's faces? Because at the end of the day, we've all been there. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, that's why the new
You seem like a really
music-
relatable
what
artist.
I mean?
You
Like,
make people
I
feel
want-
like you're their friend
I
almost.
want people to relate to my music and be able to be like, yes, I don't need to go and buy these expensive garments to be like Masterpiece. I want people to be like, yeah, mate, I do go and shop in Sports Direct, and I get these, or I shop in Primark and get a tracksuit. Yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? 'Cause that's the flex that I'm on.
Do you know what? I'm so like this is why I was so happy when Storm said you were coming on the show, because me and other people that have met or know you and speak to you know this side of you.
Literally.
But I just feel like having this conversation and having it on air and having it, you know, people watching it and listening back can actually understand you a bit more and understand, you know, some of the intellect and some of the creative aspects of yourself, as opposed to just judging firsthand if they haven't got it already.
Yeah.
I guarantee by the end of watching this
They got it now.
or listening to this now,
yeah.
you've definitely got it.
Yeah, man. I just the way I look at it is like, life is too short for like, and do you know what it is? I was discussing it with one of my mates the other day. It's like, that's why there's so much crime and there's so much knife crime and all of that, because the people want what they can't have, and because they want what they can't have, is like, it leads to people destruction. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the way I look at it is like, even I heard on the news a 14-year-old got stabbed in Leighton, and a bit of me was like, that's why I'm so motivated in my music, because it's like, I get another day to make things right, to put things right. Like my DJ, Trudy, she got run over yesterday in an accident in Paris, and it was like, she survived it, thank God, but it was like, we have another day to make it right.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're just spending these days either arguing with each other or beefing each other, or like trying to like be better than each other. And it's like, bruv, it's not that. Like, it's far from that. At the end of the day, we're all in one world. Like, it's a love thing. Like, there's already madness going around everywhere, and it's like, you wanna throw more negativity into the world. It's like, nah. That's why I'm not with the new stuff. That's why I listen to all the old stuff, like the Oasis and all of that, because it's like, it had meaning. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a tune from Oasis called Roll With It, and it's talking about, do you know what I mean? It's talking about life. Like, it's talking about rolling with it, and cool, things might be left and things might take a left turn, but this is, do you know what I mean? Things will change. Like, not all the bad situations will be bad for the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? And same with the good stuff. Like, sometimes good stuff are gonna be, do you know what I mean?
So what would be your lasting message? Okay, what would be for aspiring artists?
Yeah.
What message would you give them?
Bro, please don't get sucked in by like the source of like trying to be like your favorite rapper and stuff like that. It's because at the end of the day, your favorite rapper is where they at for a reason, and you got to look at it like this. Is like, you have to be yourself, and you got to inspire the younger generation, because at the end of the day, it's like, London is literally, it's so fast. Everything is just moving fast, and there's people out here just dying and getting like dropped and like going jail and that, and it's like, it's not positive at all. And it's like, if I was having a kid, I wouldn't want to bring my kid into the world seeing all of this, because it's like, it's mad. It's actually mad. With the 14-year-old kid dying, like, bruv, I can't lie, it nearly brought a tear to my eye, because it's like, my little sister's that age, and I'm thinking, God forbid that was my little sister.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
what would I do?
heartbreaking,
Do you know
man.
what I mean? And it's like, this is all cause people just don't understand the thing of
Carelessness,
love.
isn't
Like, it's a love thing all the time. Like, cool, there's people in this world where they don't want to see that happening, but it's like, it's too short. Life is too short, and if you got another chance to make it right, another day alive, bruv, let's
Take
get
it.
Get the bag. Like, do you know what I mean?
Jeez.
Mic
Never
drop.
Man's just been
has
letting-
someone ever like this.
Bruv, it's levels, man.
This ain't often that I get like just lost for words, but
No.
truly, bro, you are one of the most clean-hearted people that I've ever had the pleasure of listening
Yeah.
to speak.
Come on,
like
man,
that
like-
was.
So I'm
It
probably
just-
one of our best interviews, I think.
No, I
Definitely.
liked it because that's why I've just been letting him run with it, and I think that's why all of us been letting him run with it, because you're talking sense, and
it's real,
you know,
real stuff. I just feel like everything is just being so like media and social, and it's like nobody can be themselves anymore. Nobody can be who they want to be because they're scared that they're gonna get bullied or looked at a certain way. And it's just like, nah, man. When I was young, when my mum used to get me them like knockoff from like Primark and them like gums, and everyone used to laugh at me and be like, oh mate, like you don't got the latest stuff. And I'm like, bruv, when I grew up, I always wanted to like, if I'm in that position to spread, even if there's 10 young people listening to this now, they can feel good about themselves. Say, yo, you know what? Cool, that guy was picking on me, but I'm being myself. I'm being me. I can do what I want.
Being yourself always wins. And
Bruv,
you've
it always
proven that.
wins. It always prospers,
Yeah.
fam. It always prospers. Literally.
I hear that. Whoa.
listen, we could continue this for
We
like
could go
the rest
forever.
of the rest of the whole show, but the snow, we might get that snowing us in,
Word.
and also we might not get the chance again to do what Spyro didn't do,
Word.
and it's played this charming man intro, and let you unleash what you wanted to unleash on what you wanted to do.
so gas.
First of all, I hope it's the right instrumental, yeah.
It probably is. It probably is.
But yeah, so I'm gonna run it, and then yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna get into it.
Let's go.
Sorry if I swear. Yeah, sorry, I'm calling it from now.